Well, the first band was kind of born, my first band was kind of born from all my work. I worked with Woody Herman for 7 years on the road, and I was his musical director and chief arranger. And when I left the band, I wanted to kind of continue that on, something to not only feature my playing, but also my writing. And so I put a band together to perform my music, which eventually perpetuated itself into a solo career through the success of the recordings. And after the big economic crunch a few years ago, it was kind of, it used to be when people would call and ask about the band, what the price would be to fly us somewhere and put us up. So many times they were fine with that, but now it's a little more costly and people have less money. So rather than just say sorry, I put together a sextet and featuring 3 horns in front and 3 rhythm. And it's much more affordable. I can still feature my writing and my playing, and actually feature my playing a little more prominently, because when I'm with my New York big band, it's full of really great players, and I want to make sure they all get a chance to solo too. So we're all kind of sharing in the wealth a little bit, which I love, and it's a great group of guys and that have been with me for over 20 years now. So the sextet was kind of born from 2 things. One, I wanted to have more space to play myself, and 2, just it's more a viable option for people for big out-of-town traveling gigs. It's interesting because when I put together an album, especially with a big band, it's a little different than doing a small group record where you could kind of sit over the course of 2 or 3 weeks and kind of come up with an idea, and within 2 or 3 weeks you've got the whole plan for the recording, because it's just small, you know, blueprint of what's going to happen, and it all unfolds improvisationally. But with the big band, you're dealing with more heavier orchestrations, and it's very, very time-consuming and very, very. It's a lonely process, you know, sitting, because it's you and your thoughts, and you have to have complete quiet, and you've got to have a big chunk of solitude to do that. So for me, it can't just be 2 or 3 weeks, let's formulate this and do the album. So many times it's perpetuated through other projects I'm doing where someone might commission me to write a piece, and I'll write that piece and I'll think, what would be good to complement that piece on a recording. So in the past, well, I've done 4 albums with my big band, but in the past couple of albums, it's kind of, you have kind of a skeleton of what it is, based around 3 or 4 things that you've written that you like, and what else you feel that the recording needs, either stylistically or tempo-wise, or featuring different soloists, different type of harmonic structures, things like that. So there's a lot that goes into play, and sometimes it takes a couple years to really find the right collection of music to really fit together on one CD.